Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for the 8 p.m. advisory on Tropical Storm Beryl. Tropical Storm Beryl here is looking a little better organized and is continuing to strengthen slowly as it approaches the Texas coast. Right now, winds are currently at 70 miles an hour. That's just under hurricane strength. Hurricane strength, you need winds, of course, at 74 miles an hour or greater. And so it's continuing here to strengthen here as it continues to make its way towards the Texas coast here. And so the good news is that this has not turned into a hurricane yet. And it has not turned into a hurricane yet, but it's going to be approaching hurricane status sometime after midnight and before landfall. So there'll be a minimal hurricane, a category 1 here. Intense dry air wrapping into the northwest and west sides of the system. As long as that continues to happen, it won't undergo rapid intensification here. And so that's the plan. Most of the convection now is trying to wrap around the center. It has an eye there, as you can see. So possibly it could be upgraded to a hurricane at the 11 p.m. advisory with winds of 75 miles an hour. And then it'll come in possibly as an 80 mile an hour low end category 1 storm into somewhere east of the Matagorda Bay as it lines up there. So let's get the current tracks. The models are all in agreement now. In the next 24 hours, it's going to ride that trough on out to the northeast out of here once it makes landfall and after Monday. And so for Houston, the worst of it will be Monday morning through Monday afternoon. And in this passing your area, it ought to be up I-45 and all the way out to Texarkana, and then it'll be already out the state. So that's going to be the worst of it there. Now looking at the models all in agreement, I want to show you the latest information here, the watches and warnings here in the interactive track here. And you can see that the warnings and watches have been the same. Only change is that the warning from Louisiana, from Cameron Parish over the Sabine Pass, has been discontinued, that tropical storm warning. And it's just a tropical storm warning now from the Texas border back towards Houston and Galveston Bay, and a tropical storm warning extending south of Corpus Christi area down to the Rio Grande Valley. Northeast Mexico's tropical watches have been discontinued. They're out of it, and so they shouldn't get anything from there. So this is primarily a Texas event here. Tropical storm force wind should begin getting to the coast, reaching the extreme coast of Texas, probably around 11:30, 12 o'clock, midnight, and then it'll continue through the morning. This thing here, like I said, it's going to be a tropical storm. It may get hurricane status at 11 p.m. advisory. Right now, the winds are at 70 miles an hour. The movement is sped up. Now it's north-northwest at 12. It was 10 miles an hour at the other advisory. So it's coming ashore even quicker than anticipated. So landfall right now is projected to be around just after midnight, sometime around 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning here, Central Time for Texas here. So it's about 105 miles or 170 kilometers south-southeast of Matagorda, Texas, or 120 miles, 195 kilometers east-southeast of Corpus Christi, Texas. Pressure is at 987 millibars, but you have to remember it's fighting dry air and it's fighting organizational issues, structural issues right now. And so we don't anticipate it. It'll be a hurricane, but it'll be a minimal hurricane, if that, when it comes into shore, somewhere between 75 and 80 miles an hour. And then quickly, that's going to dissipate, obviously quickly weaken back to a tropical storm again. The main threat with this, of course, is the flooding rains that many of you guys have been talking about, and that's going to be for areas of the Houston, south suburbs of Houston, and western suburbs of Houston, and then possibly northern suburbs of Houston later on in the afternoon after lunch tomorrow. We're talking about Huntsville, College Station, Sugar Land, and all those areas north as the system works its way inland. Tropical storm force winds did shrink a bit. It's down to only 115 miles. It was 125 miles tropical storm force winds descent. So the wind field is shrinking, obviously, because the convection around the center here, as you can see here, the convection around the center here is tightened, but it's on the east side and the west side. There's big gaps in the convection in the feeder bands here, and rightfully so, because the storm is poorly organized, but it has gotten better organized over the last few hours here. But with the dry air entrainment and with the low-level shear still there, but relaxed, but it's still there. It's not going to get, total complete organization as requested here, but you can see it's getting better organized here. You see a little eye trying to form there, and like I said, because of the eye trying to form there, I think it will finally attain that category 1 hurricane status sometime just before midnight. 11 p.m. advisory should show it as a hurricane with 75-mile-an-hour winds. But that's if they find it. If they don't find it, they're not going to bump it up because the system is close. Storm surge is another main threat here. Like I said, 4 to 7 feet at its highest from the Matagorda Bay to San Luis Pass, Port O'Connor, Texas there, in Galveston Bay, 4 to 6 feet. It's pretty significant life-threatening storm stirs there. So you want to take it seriously if you're on one of those Berry Islands out there. You definitely want to head inland for sure because it's going to be a lot of heavy rainfall, 5 to 10 inches here with localized amounts of 15 inches, middle and upper Texas coast through Monday night. So you can see here as well. And for those who are not in the area, on this area, I want to say, of course, the rip current threat as a ripple. It's like a rock in a pond or a puddle. So, rip current threat along the Gulf Coast, like from Orange Beach, Alabama, over toward the Panhandle, Destin, some of the popular beaches there. They had shark problems there earlier, but it's also rip current, so you don't want to be in the water for the next 2 or 3 days. At least to give it till Wednesday or Thursday till the seas calm down a bit, and then you can go back to your normal summer activities. So this is the forecast models. They're all in agreement here. It's coming in the landfall. Like I said, it's only 120 miles out or so, and you can see all the different plots here. The consensus models continue to have this down. They have that 996 millibar storm, so that'll be just like a tropical storm. So it'll be a minimal hurricane, winds of 75 miles an hour, basically, or maybe 80, basically when it comes to shore. Then quickly dissipate into a tropical storm when it comes to shore about 2:30 or 3 o'clock a.m. this morning here, Monday morning. Sorry, it's coming up here and shortly in a couple more hours here. The tracks are in agreement, and also elsewhere as well. Let's check the. I'm going to check the forecast models here because I want to show you the GFS model here, just for fun here. Let's check the GFS model and show you what it has coming here. It's a 96 millibar storm here, and let's put this into motion here and show you. It has it coming in as a 980 millibar storm, and then it quickly dissipates and rides up the Tennessee and Ohio valleys here, bringing heavy rain through that section. So if I just rewind it here, you can see that the heaviest rainfall is going to be on that Monday afternoon. I got it coming in. They got it coming in here. The GFS model has it coming in. Let me go back out here. Sorry, this is sounding okay. Right here, you can see it coming in north of Houston, and so those northern and western and southwestern suburbs of Houston are going to get up to 4 to 8 inches of rain, and then finally, as it works its way up the I-45 corridor, or near I-45, between I-35 and I-45 corridor, places like the Woodlands, Huntsville, College Station, all those places are going to be getting heavy rain here as it continues to weaken past down the tropical storm. And then, as I'm going to just rewind it here toward the landfall, the moment of landfall here, and the GFS model has a 981 millibar storm, so that as pressure drops, so it'll be a hurricane according to the GFS model. Like I said, 75 to 85 miles an hour winds, and it'll come in, it'll weaken significantly, and then it'll just dissipate, head on up through the Tennessee Valley, through Chicago, and out toward the in the Canadian border. It's just a tropical, a remnant low, what do you call it. So that's what's going on with the GFS model there. Now, the satellite imagery here, I want to show you what's going on in the rest of the Atlantic, because we're going to be having a break in activity here, ladies and gentlemen, in the next 2 weeks, a week and a half here, because of Saharan dust that's going to be affecting this whole region here. And you can see here, this vigorous wave here is the next wave that we're going to have to watch here. This is going to be, I would say, probably by Thursday of this coming week, Thursday or Friday. This vigorous wave here could be our next little invest system here. You can see it just coming out Senegal, the Gambia area here. This next vigorous wave is going to be the one to watch here for the Atlantic, but that's still a couple of days out. That's at least 5 days out. Okay, now and the rest of we just have these little wave here coming through the Lesser Antilles. So once again, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Trinidad are getting showers from this, but nothing developing. Same here with this kind of feature here. This wave here is kind of like, it's not really a Central American gyre, but it's bringing heavy rain to Honduras, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Panama here. So heavy rain is coming in here with this big vigorous tropical wave here. Nothing in the eastern Pacific, and also we have this upper level low just to about a couple hundred miles west of Bermuda, in between Bermuda and Bahamas, that could bring some showers to Bermuda, and also some showers to some of the lower Bahamas, Exumas, and some of the islands out there as well. Now, we don't have anything else to worry about. Like I said, we're going to have a lull in activity after Beryl makes its landfall, because there's a big plume of Saharan dust just above this wave here, and also in the Caribbean extending, that's going to enhance, that's going to continue to be stronger, and that's going to limit most activity for the next, could be for the next 5 to 7 days here. No activity will be found. So Beryl's the name of the game here as we continue to work our way in. with this storm here. And yeah, we're just going to continue to see that wave come in tonight. So tonight between midnight and 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and it make landfall. It will quickly weaken here. All the tracks in agreement. The main threat with this system is flooding rains. And so that'll be the main threat with this system is flooding rains. That is going to bring rains on the order of 4 to 8 inches possibly. Some of these rainfall totals are probably going to have to be adjusted downward, and they already started to come downward, as you can see here, because of the nature of the convection of the system. And so now this is good news for Houston, good news for the areas up toward Dallas-Fort Worth as well. Rainfall totals are coming down to 4 to 6 inches now in the yellow here as well. And these totals are going to continue to be revised downward here a little bit because the system is moving pretty fast. And so they're going to probably revise it downward just a little bit in the northern sections up here as the system rains itself out and becomes a remnant low in a couple of days or so. So this has been your update here as well. Stay safe. You'll be fine. It will just be a one-day event for Texas, basically Monday, and then Monday night the system may be pulling away, and the Tuesday, and you'll be all clear again for the most part, and be back to normal. So continue to stay safe and get those things just in case your power go out. Because the biggest thing is going to be, even with this rainfall, the ground is going to be kind of saturated, so you may get a lot of falling trees. Watch out for falling trees. Don't park your car in any trees and stuff like that. That could be a hazard too, in addition to the ponding on the roadways and stuff like that. And so other than that, it should be just tropical storm conditions, and they'll quickly dissipate after Monday night, and you'll be back to normal sometime Tuesday morning, and all of that as well. So this has been your update as of 8 p.m. update, and I thank you for watching. Look forward